Hello investors, traders, and Market Club members everywhere. Adam Hewison here, co-founder of Market Club with your market update for Thursday, the 6th of February. Well, Coca-Cola announced yesterday they want to buy a 10% stake in Green Mountain. Of course, what happened to Green Mountain? It shot up. We'll be talking about that stock first of all. We'll also be covering all of the major markets and what's going on with the Dow, the gold market, and crude oil. Okay, we're going to start off with Green Mountain, and the symbol for Green Mountain is GMCR. And it's traded on the NASDAQ, and you can see the symbol right here, and this is the chart. So we're looking at a 3-month chart. You can see right here, 3-month chart, and you can see some of the signals we had. The last signal we had on monthly was right here. You can see this in January, early part of this year. So something was up. It's telling us something was happening. It told us to get out of just before here, but just before the announcement. Here's the announcement right here, this day right here, on Wednesday. On Monday of this week, we actually had a signal to buy Green Mountain. And there's the signal there, 81.80. It's currently trading at $105, so it's a nice 20%, 25% pop in just a few days. Pretty unusual, but it just shows you the power of the trade triangles and how they catch the moves when they really start. We're looking at the Dow. The Dow has had a pretty good day today. It's up probably, well, it's not up probably, it's almost 1% for the day. Reality is, if you look at this just on a daily action, you have to say, well, it's a nice up day, but reality is it hasn't turned anything. All of our trade triangles are still negative, minus 90, saying the trend is still down. The pop really came from a very oversold condition on the RSI indicator. For the week, the market is lower for the week, which is the important element. And the question is, tomorrow, Friday, we have the jobs report, and is that going to be good or bad for the market? I think it could be disappointing simply because we've got really, really bad weather here in the Midwest and also on the East Coast. So I think that could be a real negative for the Dow. But generally speaking, the trend is down, and we would not be surprised to see this market close out the week on not such a positive note. S&P 500, again, much the same picture here. Positive day today, a lot of short covering, and we were very oversold, of course, but we've come back up. Now we get back to the 50 line. This 50 line, which was once support right here, is now going to be resistance. So let's see how that acts when we get, if we get up to that level. So nonetheless, all of our trade triangles right here are negative, and we expect this market to resume its downward push in the days and weeks ahead. So let's move on. This is the NASDAQ, a little bit different. We don't have a monthly trade triangle. Everything else we do have monthly trade triangles on. But this is a 60, indicating a trading range. And of course, today we're seeing a little pop on the upside. Nonetheless, once we get to this 50 line, I think that's going to be a real problem for this market to overcome. And I think that's what we have to watch for tomorrow. Huge update on the euro against the dollar, and I think that's the important element. Nonetheless, we're back up to this 50 area. Remember, we keep talking about this 50 area on the RSI. This could be a real challenge for this market to go higher from these levels. But let's see how things play out. Our triangles are somewhat mixed. We've had a monthly trade triangle, but we've also, what we use for the currencies is trade the weekly for trend and the daily for timing. Now you can see if we put the daily in, you can see the daily kicked in yesterday at 135.38. That was to cover the position. The previous signal was right here at 136.59. Get short, cover the position, 135.39. Nice little profit in that position. Crude oil pushed up to new highs today. It seems like it's beginning to run out of steam in our opinion. However, it's over the 50 line, looks good. The trade triangles, we use the weekly for trend. Again, an important element to distinguish it from stock trading. Weekly for trend, daily for timing, and we are long this market right now from 97.94. It's 98.27. So it's up a little bit from where we originally got in. So let's see how that plays out, but watch these trade triangles. Daily for timing, weekly for trend. Looking at gold, we're seeing this is becoming more and more the same. We got a 60 score, but however, we do have both of our trade triangles, weekly and daily, on a positive note, indicating that the trend, at least short term, is still positive for gold. Even though we've been flattening out, you can see the position right here. What we like about potentially for gold, but it must start to do this very, very soon, and that is this position here where we have a really this kind of large kind of base it seems to be building, and if we can just get it over here, I think the number we're looking at here On a weekly close, I think it's 1266.50 if I don't remember correctly. If we close this at this level on Friday, that's tomorrow, then I think we've broken out in the upside. I think we'll see this market begin to move higher. There's some problems with Puerto Rico. There's $70 billion in debt. They have no way of knowing how they're going to pay it. Now, the interesting thing about that, they have tremendous number of bonds they've issued that are held by mutual funds here in the U.S. and throughout everywhere else because they're tax-free, and I think that's going to be a real challenge to overcome. And it could be one of those things we just sweep under the carpet for the time being, like a lot of other things have swept under the carpet that'll eventually come out and bite us in you-know-where. So, hey, this is Adam Hewison. It's good to be back. I've been under the weather for a couple of days, but I'm back, and I thank you for watching this video. And be sure to check out our Q&A section and leave us a question on the markets if you have one, or if you don't understand anything we've just described in today's video. Have a great trading day, everyone.
You can find Adam Hewison as a regular contributor on Bloomberg, Business News Network, CNBC, and Fox Business News.